Okay, take 5. Hi, this is K-Bar user. Just wanted to bring with you, the weather's getting cold as usual. Just wanted to bring to you a little acronym I learned a long time ago. Try to keep you a little bit warmer, possibly even save your life. It's what they call the BRACE method. It's BRACE. What that stands for is breathing, radiation, conduction, airflow conduction, convection, airflow convection, conduction, and evaporation. We'll go over these one letter at a time. Now, breathing. As you breathe in and out, you're breathing cold air in and out, and if it's wintertime. And every time you breathe that air in, it's going directly into your core that your lungs have to warm up just for you to breathe out. Now, if you took something, say like a balaclava or just a piece of mesh, that sniper veil, whatever, put it over your face, now you're partially warming that air before it actually hits your lungs. So it's going to be warmer, it's going to keep you warmer, and you're not actually cooling your core down. Same thing if you get cold and you're sitting by a fire and you breathe the hot air. Same thing, you're breathing in hot air now, you're warming your body up through your mouth or your nose. Second one on the list would be radiation. As you sit, you radiate heat. Even in cold weather. I think more so in cold weather, because the cold will draw the hot heat out of your body. The one way to combat this is to wear layers. Layers will create dead airspace, and dead airspace will be warmer. Wear loose-fitting clothing so that it does have an airspace, because if it's too tight, nothing can get in between, you're not going to have dead airspace. So this is how I do it. I put a pair of thin long johns on. I have a union suit, so one piece. I put that on first. Then I put my socks on and put the bottoms in the side of my socks. I put a long sleeve t-shirt over the top. And on the bottom I'll put a pair of long johns. Now once I get them long johns on, I also put a second pair of socks over the top of the long johns. So therefore all the heat is trapped going towards my feet. My upper body, I have the long john, I have the shirt, and I'll put the long john shirt over that. So therefore I have 3 layers of insulation, 2 layers of dead airspace, 1 layer against my skin. Then you put your coat on, you put your overpants on if you're going to wear them. If you want to just wear a pair of pants and 1 pair of long johns, you're not going to be as warm. You got to remember, everything in your body gets cold. Your legs get freezing cold. It's conducting cold blood or chilled blood back to your core. It's going to make you cold. The more you can insulate it, the more dead airspace you can create, the less wind you can get on you, the warmer you're going to be. Now, the next one is A, which would be airflow or convection. Basically, in the summertime, you sit in front of a fan, you're sweating, this fan's blowing at you, you cool. Because of the airflow going across your body and whisking the heat away, the sweat drying up on your body and pulling the heat out. In the wintertime, it works the same way. If you're in a windy environment, you're not under shelter, or you don't have a windbreak on you, like a nylon jacket or your nylon tarp or whatever, even if you sit with your back towards the wind and just hold your nylon tarp up in the air, anything to windbreak you is getting a little divot, a little rise, anything you're getting that dead airspace in the backside. It'll stop the wind from taking it away from you. You'll be a lot warmer. Basically, that does it for convection. You just want to stay out of the wind so it's not taking your warmth away from you. Wear clothes, outer layers that's going to stop the wind from hitting you, like Gore-Tex or nylon or something like that. The wind can't get through. The next one is a C, and that is for conduction. Now, conduction is when you put two things together. It's like a battery. You put the two ends on, it makes a conduction charge. So, let's just take it, you're sitting on the ground, directly. Your femoral artery runs down your back, out through the insides of your legs. So you're sitting on the ground, your butt gets cold. Now it's chilling that blood again. The back of your legs get cold. Whichever part you put on the ground is going to get cold. You're conducting heat directly into the ground below you. I found that out the hard way deer hunting about 10 years ago. It was -7 outside in the morning. I sat down in the snow with a windbreak on, and a pad and everything else. From me sitting there so long, it created just a thin layer of ice from the heat coming out of my body conducting down onto that snow. I had no place to sit up where I'm not on the snow, so I just sat down on the snow. When I went to get up, that thin layer of ice had my pants froze to the ground. So now in -7 degree weather, I had to take my boots off, take my pants off. Of course I had my long johns on, but take my pants off, peel them off the ground, put my icy pants back on, and put my feet back in my boots. That's a true story. So, conduction is one thing you really, really got to watch for. If you're sitting on a rock, you're sitting on a stump, I think actually a stump would be the best out of everything. Always carry a pad with you. Well, even one of them cheap stadium seats, the closed-cell ones, or buy a closed-cell pad and cut knee pads, cut leg pads, cut a butt pad, so you can put it down. So if you have to sit down, there's something between you and the hard surface that's going to conduct the heat away from you. You'll be much warmer. Now, evaporation. That's the E in the acronym. Evaporation happens all the time. Everywhere you look, there's evaporation of some kind in your body. So basically, the best way I found to combat evaporation is to find a breathable material like, say, Gore-Tex, where it's going to let a lot of the moisture out that will cause you to get cold. But there's a layer there that's going to stop all of the moisture from coming out. Like, okay, let's just say your head, for example. Your body's nice and covered up. You're nice and toasty warm, and all of a sudden you're getting the shivers because your head isn't covered. Your body's evaporating the heat out of your head, which is where you lose most of your heat anyway. It's evaporating the heat out of your head, through the skin, through your face, and you're getting cold. Now, if you put a hat on, you'll immediately feel the difference in warmth. So, radiation, the evaporation of stuff radiates mostly upwards and outwards. So, what your body is radiating out is the being trapped in a dead airspace. So, it's not really getting to the outside of your clothing and making you cold, but it is allowing the moisture that will make you cold to go out, which would be like a good Gore-Tex, something like that. Wool works good too for an underlayer. Get something good on your head. I got a thin slate hat I use for deer hunting. It keeps my head nice and warm. It has ear flaps to go down. Your ears have thousands, and your head has thousands of capillaries in it. They all radiate heat. They all evaporate moisture. They all evaporate everything that you need in your body. Keep your face and your head and your feet warm. You're doing good. In the meantime, to stop this evaporation of heat, we'll start with the shoes. Putting your shoes directly on the ground is conducting. Eventually it's going to pull the cold into the shoe and the heat out of the shoe. Take a pad. Put a pad down on the ground. Put your feet on the pad. It's an old hunter's trick. Does help your feet stay warmer. Not saying they're going to keep them toasty, but it'll help them stay warmer. When you're coming up your body, tuck everything in that you can, including your pants. If you can't tuck your pants in, tie them off with a string. I make pieces of elastic. You go to Joann's or whatever, you can get pieces of elastic, sew them together so that make a loose cuff around your bottom of your pants if it doesn't have a tie off. Tie off your pants to hold that heat in so that you're not evaporating out the legs. When you put a jacket on, make sure the waist of your pants is inside, up underneath your jacket. Anything that radiates out of the top of your pants will go up into your body cavity, keeping your core warm. In the meantime, if your jacket doesn't have a belt or a cinch tie or a drawstring or anything like that, take your belt. A belt. Take a piece of string. Anything you might have, cinch it. It'll keep you warmer. It'll stop the evaporation. It'll stop the radiation. It'll keep you warmer. Keep your neck covered. Wear a scarf. Or if the jacket you have has a hood on, put the hood up. Don't be afraid of looking like an idiot. Just put the hood up. You'll be a lot warmer. Same thing with your head. Put a cover on. You very seldom see me without a cover. That's just because I'm always in the habit of having a cover on because it shades me in the summertime. The headband gets nice and moist, keeps me a little bit cooler. In the wintertime, it keeps me a little bit warmer. So cover your face, cover your neck, cover your head. Your cuffs on your jacket the same way. Make sure your cuffs are closed because the radiation will radiate down your arm. The evaporation and all the heat, everything will come out your shirt cuffs. So get them cinched down. Not too tight, but enough to, block in the warmth. So basically, like your grandmother used to tell you, is button yourself up is what you want to do. As long as you follow these brace methods, I have never... Oh, no, I can't say that. I've gotten cold in the woods, trust me. Especially when it froze to the ground. That was cold. But as long as I'm following these brace methods, I can get a pretty good time in the woods without a fire, without a shelter, without freezing, without becoming terribly uncomfortable. So this is just an informational video for you to remember the brace method. Breathing, radiation, airflow, convection, conduction, evaporation. It's breathing, radiation, airflow, convection, conduction, and evaporation. Stop all 5 of them, you'll be warm. Well, this is K-Bar User. I want to thank you very much for your time and your patience. If you liked the video, hit the like button. If you're not subscribed, please do. And in the meantime, I want to thank you, and you have a very good night now. And stay warm.